Howdy, y'all. I'm going to try to make a pone bread with a roux. Oh, we'll see. I ain't never done it before. Oh, man, don't do it. We going to do it. Okay. You're not going to be able to see my face, but that's sure not important for this video. What I got over here is two kinds of flour. Self-rising flour and all-purpose flour. I call it AP flour, SR flour. Reason is you can't make a roux with self-rising flour. You can do it, but you don't want that. I'm not even going to try it. But you take all-purpose flour and make the roux. I'm trying to do it like crackling. We'll see how it turns out. What I'm going to do is take a half a cup of all-purpose flour to about 6 tablespoons of oil, peanut oil. I've been using peanut. I switched out. I'm not using veggie oil no more. It says bad for you. But I looked at research. Peanut oil is pretty good enough. I fried some pork the other day with it. Come out really, 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 really good. And it's weird, but I think my body knows how to digest it better than vegetable oil. So, with that being said, we're talking about roux here. This is going to be bomb. And my house is going to smell like my granny's here for a minute. It's going to be great. If there was such a thing as smell-o-vision, you want to turn that sucker on at 11, son. Ow. So, I'm going to get started here. I got this neat little system. Okay. It's like a creamer jugs make the best little flour things. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is take this and this. This is a half cup scoop, so I'm just going to take a half cup in there. And I'm just going to rake off the top and pull the scoop out. Kind of go it that way. And that's about a half cup flour. I'm going to add a little bit more to make up the difference. I'm going to try not to get it everywhere. So, you're supposed to go half and half with this. I'm going to turn my heat on too, by the way. I ain't got no heat on. I'm going to put it on medium. I'm going to put it on between 5 and 6, medium and 6. A higher, not so high medium heat. I don't want it to take all day long. I don't want it to char. And that much is going to speed it up a little bit, as much as I can to get away with it. So then, what I do, I'm probably doing this all wrong, but I get this out even out here on the thing. Get it out there like that. I'm going to grab this and just start pouring. 1, 2, 3, and if I get a little more than that, that's great. What was that, 4 or 5? 4, 5, and we're good. That's going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour. It's not going to make that much difference, but it is with this roux. I'm going to add about that much. Totally experimental. I've made roux, but I've never tried this. I just mix it together. Go to mixing it. This should even out pretty good. And now utensils. Oh, come on. Alright, so I've got this thing here, but I'm not going to use it all the way through. I'm just going to get it. Come on, man. Get it all sticking to everything there. Come on. Set that there. I need to get this. These are from an early experience. You can't see anything I'm doing Whoa, what's going on? Snapchat isn't responding. You sucker. Okay. I'm going to twist this. Now you can see what the mess I'm making. It's coming to the heat. And you're supposed to get all this like that. And it's probably not going to, I need to, probably got too much. You're watching me screw this up in real time. All right. I got to add more oil. Just a little bit. I'm going to say 1. That makes it about half and half. I thought I put too much oil in it. There's what I want. She's starting to do. They talk about whisking it. I've heard them talk about cutting it with a fork. This here, it's already kind of smooth for the most part. So what I want to do though, I need that there like that. There we go. I actually like it a little bit more oily. I can't believe I'm saying that. I think that's going to work for me. Get it over here even. Start stirring. And just get her back and forth. I know I'm going to use this thing later. For real sure. Right now, while the heat's down, it's not so much. But I am going to turn the heat down to medium. Feels like that's the way to go. I've made a couple of these, so I'm not screwing it completely up. I had a rough start, but this is working. And I want this to get to about a mahogany. And it takes forever, but it don't take that long once you get it going. Plus, see, now I'm thinking I've already got this being a half cup, about a half cup. Well, I'm going to add a little bit more oil to my homebread when I get it going. But this is going to dump right in. This is going to go right in with the dry self-rising flour. I don't expect it to rise real high either. Well, this seems to, my problem I had before was this would get thick. Once it gets thick enough, it'll won't get on the walls. Why? I'll use a spatula. I heard, I watched several of these videos, how to do this. And, cause my granny really never did this. This just smells like when my granny'd make breakfast in the morning. She'd make gravy, but she didn't start with like this. Louisiana style gumbo roux. That's what this is, a basic roux. Well, mine's not going to be charcoal black. It's getting close once you start seeing it getting clumpy like that. And that's okay. She's swelling up. It's going to starting to turn a beige color. Yeah, she ain't white no more. When we started out. The key is to stir it. Don't get in a hurry. You don't rush. Can't rush the roux. I think that's what I was trying to do, was rush it. I guess you can't do that. Oh, you can think about it, but don't do it. I like to do that too, somewhat. This is getting there. It's going to be there before you know it. I may not need that spatula after all. I don't know. See, I made this one before, and I like it brown in my gumbo. I like it good and not black, but just real brown. Oh, it's starting to smell good. That's what I cook with too, is my nose now. I can smell it and tell you whether it's going to be good or bad or not. most times, like when this bread, I can guess at it really with, a minute or two toward the end. I want it brown on top, but if I can smell it, this is starting to get there. All right, that's where, this is where I switch bats. Yeah. And just kind of work it around. Try and keep it off the edges. I'll let it clump up and then I'll put it in this bowl I got. I love this pan. I don't know how old it is. Mom bought it in 98, 99. I inherited it. It's been a good one. Use that lid. That's to my advantage. That's what I want. It's starting to turn, getting brown. And smelling like fall in the south. Nothing like it. I believe this will turn out. I think I'll have brown bread, but she's going to taste great. I only got a feeling. It looks uneven a little bit, but that's okay. Not too bad, though. See, it's turning brown. And then a little bit darker. That's probably enough. Didn't take much. Turn the heat off so I don't burn it. I'm taking it off the heat now. Alright, well, I'm going to pour this up so you can see the end result here. That's, it's nice and brown. I'm going to pour it in this pot. Everything's hot, so what I need to do is do this. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take and put this flour in here. I've got a half cup flour already. That counts. So I'm going to just put 2 cups of flour. This is how I do it is. I put this cup in here, take the little half cup here, and I just go to filling it. And just kind of let it fall in there. Try and get it as full as I can get without going over too hard. That's about right. I will say that's good. There's one. Whoops, I just made a mess. Nothing I can't pick up though. Any excess flour you're going to use for making layers. That's what that's good for. That'll work. I never tap my bowl. I learned that. Here's what I'm going to do. Instead of sifting it, you don't have to sift flour. Make it fluffy. That's going to help incorporate. This is what's up because I got to put. Well, crap. First, I need to stir that with a fork. Before I do anything else, I got to stir this up. Get up in there where I can see it. I'll tap it there, get it on the bottom, and I just go to stirring this way and adding air to it. Separating it all out. Making a mess. Bumping the camera. All this stuff that I'm just... Need more practice, I guess. But anyway, this is getting to be that. You know what? I got a whip. I do it with a whip. I do it with a fork. Let me try this. This thing's got half wet. Hang on here. Hang it on a towel. Then you come in here and do this. I'm going to set it. I got to do it like this because I want to put the stuff in the middle. But I don't want the thing exposed. Now, I'm going to put this in here. I treat this like it's cream of soup. And I've made, you can take self-rising flour and a cream of soup and make a biscuit. Oh, all that in. Oh, that's kind of dumb. I can't describe to you how hot that was on my thumb, because this just fried a while ago. There's that oil in this, so there's a half a cup already in here. Put the flour up. I'm sitting over here, I might need more later. I doubt I'll need it, but we'll see. I might need more milk than anything. We ain't there yet, though. I'm going to go on and add 1, 2, 3. That should work. Then I'm just going to start cutting with my fork. What'll happen is, there's no rush. I can take my time with this, but wonder if this is how they make pumpernickel. I don't make pumpernickel looking brown. Hot, nothing like pumpernickel. I want the clumps. I want really fine, as fine a clumps as I can get. I don't have a cutter. That would be what would be the best thing to use. Just don't have one, personally. This will work. It's looking pretty. I've made a biscuit or two before, so in my day, so this looking pretty good. I just work it. Not in no big hurry. Try and get all the white out if I can. All them little bitty, all filled up with oil. My bowl keeps climbing. Alright, I'm going to call that as good as I believe I can get it. And just more mess. Okay, so that's about a brown consistency. Well, now you can tell it looks different on my phone from my angle. Tastes great. I don't need to add any salt to that or anything else. Just oil up. I gotta get milk. I'm gonna put about a cup of milk in it. Let's see here. Measuring cup. The measuring kit. Those are neat. It's got the half cut down in it. What I'm gonna do is start out with about a little over a half cup and go from there. And I'm just gonna hit it with this paddle. Okay, gonna need another half cup, almost half. I'll do that, be adding water to it. There's a point I want to get to. We're getting there. But I don't want to mix this completely up. That's good. Now I'm going to have to start adding flour back. Well, I might have put too much milk in it. Okay. That's okay. That tastes good. This milk, I got it from the food bank. I want you to look at the expiration date on this thing. Can you see it? Where's the... Is it not going to focus? It says 8125 on the top of it. 80125. This stuff's good that long until you open it, and then you got about 2 weeks in the icebox. If a fella wanted to survive and he had a bunch of that laying around, that would be great. So I need more flour. Not much either. Come on. I'm going to take half of a half cup. Well, actually, this is a quarter cup scooper. Part of this quarter cup. I'm going to sprinkle it over the top and around the edge of the bowl. And I'm going to flip it over like that. And I'm going to flour the back of the end of the top end of this here. That should get me to a dough. There we go, that's what I want. Now, if I can start flipping this thing like that, that's where my layers will come in. It ain't got to be pretty, it's just got to taste good. That's 3 times. That's 4. Or is it 5? I done lost count. At some point, I will have to stop this. I'm going to let this rest for about 15 minutes. Get her squared. I can grab it now. So what I'm going to do, pat that out. Actually not. I'm going to wad it up like that. I'm going to let her sit. I'm going to cover it up. Come on, man. Now this thing looks dirty, but it's what this is for. It's a great big old towel, and it's not going to work. So get the bigger towel. I just want to cover it. And I'll come back here in about 15 minutes. Spoiler alert! I forgot to preheat the oven. Oh. We'll be back in a minute. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, daddy. My oven's preheated to 450 degrees. Oh, man, that thing. I'd forget my right arm if it wasn't attached. So what I'm going to do now is take this off. I don't know when, and don't know if I can tell if it rose or not. But what I'm going to do, I've got this thing buttered with a brush. I keep a brush on the stove with butter. Don't know how I've lived without that all my life. I'm just going to dump her in there, all rude and crude, and then I'm going to start in the middle and work my corners, spread it out. That might take a little more. And do my corners. And then the edges, will take care of it to go around the edges. That's about right. It's not pretty, but she's going to be probably even across the top. I like a ridge across the top a little bit. I'm going to, well, that butter never did melt. I ran out of stove butter, so I was gonna, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna bake this for about 20 minutes or so-ish. I'll pull it when it's done. This is taking up more time than anybody should have to out of their day. If you're still tuned in, thanks for watching. Oh, God bless your soul. Thanks for watching. All right. Okay. I just pulled it out of the oven and did it to tap test. It's a little bit done. I believe it should be fine. I'm going to put some butter. Sure is brown. I'm going to put hot. You watch me do that. Right here. That's so hot. Well, the butter finally melted somewhat, so I'm just going to cover the top of it with a good old wet it with butter. Watch it sizzle around the top of that thing. That's what I do with it. Just layer on there. Get all down in there. You want it wet. There we go. Hey, I'm gonna throw it back in there for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna let it cool. And then we'll look at the finished product over there on the table when it cools. It's got to cool for another 20 minutes. So, alrighty, we'll see you here for a taste test, hopefully. Okay, she got done, and I've aired it out. I aired it out. I aired it out. It got done, and then I let it cool on the rack because she came right out of the pan. And then now I put it back in the pan because I want to keep it in the pan. It's easier to cut that way. I just cut it in squares. It turned out brown. I don't know what it looks like on the inside here. We're going to see for sure here. We'll put her on a plate. Well, I guess not. It looks a certain way. Let me grab a fork. I want to look at this. I don't know if it turned out or not. I had a fork here. Grab a new one. So, it doesn't look very fluffy, does it? If I cut this tip off with the fork here, it's spongy a little, but it's crumbly. It tastes good. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It probably doesn't taste that good. I like it. I figure what I should have done was put some extra baking powder, which I don't have. And it just, I don't know if you can see that. Come on, man. You can see that or not. Let me see if I can go airborne. I can't. I'm sitting here. I can't see. It's not very, it's sure flaky enough, but it's crumbly. It tastes good. It's just not bread, man. It's not like bread. It's not fluffy as it should be. I'm going to eat it. It tastes like you imagine, like fried, floured biscuit. But the biscuit didn't rise. But that's basically a biscuit. It's Pone bread. It's instead of whopping it out on a counter. Get back here where you know I'm here. I'm about done messing with this. The lighting is atrocious. This phone don't know how to take a decent video. That I got a light up here that's burned out, so I'm down to one there. But I was gonna do the whole take a bite thing. I'm just gonna. It's on the fork. That's how it turned out. I don't know if you can see it any well or not. I'm blurry-eyed. Well, I'm not sure happy about it. I like the way this. I'm not sure happy if I like the way this thing takes a video or not. I have to figure it out. But well, flaky. Oh boy. Flaky. And then it turns chewy. It probably needs baking powder. Soda might have bubbled it up to where it wouldn't. I never thought to put soda in it. I got baking soda. Another half teaspoon of that would have fixed that, I think. But no, if you don't do any of the roux, just forget about that roux even exists at this point. I'm not going to recommend anybody do this. I don't think this worked. It was fun trying though. But if I were forced to point to do this again, I would put in more baking soda and baking powder. I don't carry baking powder. I never have. I just buy some frozen flour, and I just keep both flours. In a pinch, you can fry chicken with self-raising flour. There's all sorts of stuff, but you can't. There's no making a roux. There's other stuff in the self-rising flour that will not allow you for it. It won't come out the same. That's what I've been told. I'm not brave enough to even try it. But this here I would take and make. Usually, what way I do it, it's the biscuit recipe. It's 2.5 cups flour because that works out better. It's 2 cups flour, a cup of milk, half cup, which is a stick of butter, and you fold that about 8 times. It makes biscuits. Well, I've perfected it. I've mutated it's what I did, and I grate my butter when I do it and chop it into the flour. It works better that way. I'm talking about baking real quick, and I'll end this thing, so put everyone out of their misery. I know how to do that. I mean, but you take what's it say that? You take when you're baking a cake, let's say you want to put nuts in it, and you don't want them all to sink to the bottom. You take those nuts and work it into your flour dry. And the same thing works with chocolate chips. I made a chocolate chip cake, thought I'd be smart and put this together. It was just chocolate on the bottom of the pan. It was awful. So chocolate upside down cake. Upside down cake. Because it stuck. It wasn't fit to eat. It just wasn't even meant to throw it away. The dogs didn't even want it. So anyway, that's that. Here you go, Miss Minnie. Another one in the can. It tastes good. It tastes like gravy. Your biscuit with the gravy inside it. Not inside it. I mean, it's a gravy-flavored biscuit. It's what I've got, but it's really flaky. I know good and well there's plenty of moist. It's moist. It's moisty, but it's not fluffy. It's supposed to be flaky and fluffy. Anyway, if anything, I hope you didn't laugh too hard. And another video, not one trip to the emergency room. I'm glad about that. Any day you can walk away from one of these is a good one, huh? So y'all have fun, and remember, don't forget, you end up like this.